Welcome to today's numismatic journey, where we explore the 2003 Australian 5-cent coin. A small yet historically rich artifact, offers a compelling window into the values, traditions, and design aesthetics of modern Australia while continuing the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign within the Commonwealth. Minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, this coin is part of the regular circulating coinage introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned from the pre-decimal system to the decimal currency we know today. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a diameter of 19.41 millimeters and a weight of 2.83 grams. And it bears the familiar Makhlouf effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, a design created by British sculptor Ian Rank Broadley and introduced in 1998. In this portrait, Her Majesty is depicted wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, her profile facing right, and the legend reads, Elizabeth II, Australia -2003. The reverse side of the coin, designed by Stuart Devlin, features a stylized echidna, an iconic monotreme native to Australia, which embodies the nation's commitment to celebrating its unique biodiversity and natural heritage. The echidna's intricately engraved spines, curved claws, and curious nose stand as a testament to Devlin's craftsmanship and attention to detail, making the coin not only legal tender, but also a miniature work of art and national symbolism. While the coin is relatively common and has a high mintage, making it of modest numismatic value in circulated condition, it remains an enduring piece of everyday history. The 5-cent coin is often overlooked due to its low denomination and frequent circulation, but for numismatists and historians, it offers layers of meaning, including the continuity of monarchy, national identity, and the functionality of currency as both a medium of exchange and a cultural artifact. Interestingly, your reference to liberté, égalité, fraternité, the national motto of France, meaning liberty, equality, brotherhood, appears to be unrelated to the 2003 Australian 5-cent coin. This motto is most famously inscribed on French coins, including centimes and francs issued by the Monnaie de Paris French Mint. It originated during the French Revolution and remains a guiding principle of the French Republic. Its presence on coinage symbolizes the state's dedication to democratic ideals and human rights. The design associated with that motto typically appears alongside depictions of Marianne, a personification of liberty and reason, representing the spirit of the Republic. It would be featured on French coins, such as the 20 centimes and 1 franc coins, particularly those designed by Laurent Jorlot or Jean-Luc Joule, not Australian ones. The name Legaffel you mention is likely a phonetic misinterpretation of Laurent Jorlot, or possibly George's Matthew Le Griff, but no such artist is officially linked to the Australian 5-cent piece. As such, if you're looking for coins that contain both Queen Elizabeth II and Republican ideals like liberty, equality, fraternity, it's possible you've encountered a commemorative or fantasy token rather than an official Australian coin. Or perhaps there's a mix-up with a French euro coin issued around the same time. It's also worth noting that Elizabeth II has appeared on the currency of over 33 countries, including Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and various Caribbean and African nations, but never on French coins. Due to France's Republican government, in the numismatic world, coin hybrids or novelty tokens occasionally surface, sometimes as souvenirs or collector's items with multiple cultural symbols, but these do not hold official status. The intersection of monarchical imagery like Queen Elizabeth II and Republican slogans like liberté, égalité, fraternité is therefore highly unusual and not present in any officially minted coin by either Australia or France. If such a coin exists, it may be a fantasy piece, medallion, or error strike. The 2003 Australian 5-cent coin, however, remains purely national in its symbols. It reflects a society under constitutional monarchy, valuing continuity and stability, embodied in the long-standing reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen's presence on coins was not only a mark of sovereignty, but also a signifier of shared history, law, and tradition across the Commonwealth realms. Even though Australia has had ongoing debates about republicanism, the coinage continues to serve as a visible emblem of its current constitutional identity. The echidna, as an ancient and enigmatic creature, complements the sovereign's image, suggesting a balance between tradition and the deep natural time of the Australian continent. In closing, while the 2003 Australian 5-cent coin and the motto Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité exist in separate spheres, monarchic versus republican, Commonwealth versus Republic, they're mentioned together in this context allows for a fascinating exploration of how coins reflect political structures, cultural values, and artistic traditions. If you possess such a coin with both these elements, it may be worth closer inspection or evaluation by a numismatic expert to determine its origin, legitimacy, and historical context. Regardless, every coin has a story, and the story of the 5-cent coin is one deeply intertwined with the identity and evolution of modern Australia, as it stood in 2003 and throughout Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The next up top to the 2008 5-cent coin inscribed with Liberté Égalité Fraternité, attributed to the engraver Fabien Coursier de la Gruffel, and bearing the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, presents a fascinating and curious convergence of artistic design, political ideology, and numismatic history that crosses both European and Commonwealth traditions. First, to address the obvious juxtaposition, although the coin is marked 5 cent and bears Elizabeth II, typical of Australian decimal currency, the presence of the French national motto Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, and the signature, Le Griffel aligns more closely with coins minted by the French Republic, not Australia. In truth, there appears to be a confusion or misinterpretation as Australia has never issued any coin officially featuring the French Republican motto, nor used French engravers such as La Gruffel on their standard coinage. Instead, the French 5-cent euro coins, issued from 1999 onwards, bear the inscription Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité as part of France's national values, inscribed on all euro coins they mint. And these are most often designed by Laurence, not Fabien Le Griffel, the French artist credited with the design of the sewer motif known as le semus on various denominations. The 5-cent euro coin specifically features a modernized version of the original sewer imagery, with radiating lines symbolizing dynamism and unity, blending traditional national values with a contemporary European identity. The motto Le Égalité Fraternité, dating back to the French Revolution 1789, encapsulates the foundational ideals of the Republic: liberty as freedom from tyranny, equality as equal rights under the law, and fraternity as solidarity among citizens. These ideals were revived in the 19th century and officially adopted as the Republic's motto under the Third Republic in 1880. Thus, the French 5-cent coin represents not just monetary value, but a deeply ideological artifact of modern French republicanism. On the other hand, Australian 5-cent coins, part of the decimal system introduced on February 14, 1966, feature Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, reflecting Australia's constitutional monarchy under the British Commonwealth. The obverse portrait has been updated several times. By 2008, the image used was created by Ian Rank Broadley, a British sculptor known for his sharp realism. The reverse of the Australian 5-cent coin shows an echidna, one of Australia's unique monotremes, designed by Stuart Devlin, official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. Australia's 5-cent coin is struck in copper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weighs 2.83 grams, and has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters. In 2008, the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra struck tens of millions of these coins, primarily for circulation. There were no major commemorative designs issued for the 5-cent denomination that year, making 2008 a relatively standard mintage. So, if one encounters a coin bearing Elizabeth II, 5 cent, 2008, and Liberté Égalité, Fraternité, this strongly suggests a French 5-euro-cent coin possibly misidentified due to the English Elizabeth II being associated in error or due to edgeware, mixing of coin batches, or counterfeit confusion. Moreover, the signature Le Griffel points more precisely to Laurence Le Griffel, not Fabienne, and she was responsible for the elegant interpretation of Marianne, the symbol of the French Republican French euro coins. Her artistic influence can be seen in the stylized design of the modern sewer motif, a woman sowing seeds, representing the values of work, agriculture, and nurturing the future, metaphorically linked to cultivating democratic ideals. The euro 5-cent coin itself is copper-plated steel, weighing 3.92 grams with a diameter of 21.25 millimeters, slightly larger than its Australian counterpart. The confusion may also be caused by global coin circulation, where euro coins, despite being legal tender only in the eurozone, may travel far due to tourism or misplacement and end up in mixed coin collections globally. In summary, while the terms Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, 5 cent, 2008, Elizabeth II, and Le Griffel might appear together in a description, they most likely refer to a misidentified or composite description involving a French 5-cent euro coin issued in 2008, designed by Laurence Le Griffel and bearing the National Republican motto. The inclusion of Queen Elizabeth II in such a context is probably due to either mistaken attribution or conflated coin types. In genuine Australian coins, no such motto nor French engraving style exists. Thus, understanding this coin fully involves peeling back layers of national symbolism, artistic identity, and minting authority, which reflects the broader intersection of currency as both an economic instrument and a cultural artifact. Whether in a numismatist's collection or in circulation, this coin's detailed investigation reveals the powerful symbolism embedded in even the smallest denomination, 5 cents, bridging Republican idealism, monarchical tradition, and international confusion in the world of coinage. The next up, top 3, the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin, though modest in denomination, is a rich object of historical and cultural symbolism, intricately woven with themes of monarchy, modern minting, and ideological heritage. Struck by the Royal Australian Mint, this coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who remained the constitutional monarch of Australia until her passing in 2022. The obverse front features the fourth definitive portrait of Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, introduced in 1998. This depiction, refined and dignified, shows the Queen facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a nod to the enduring visual language of monarchy. The words inscribed around her image read Elizabeth II Australia 2014, affirming her sovereignty and the coin's national origin and date. Though Australia is a democratic and independent Commonwealth realm, the monarch's image on coins symbolizes both continuity and constitutional order. The reverse of the 5-cent coin features the iconic echidna, a native spiny anteater found across Australia, which has graced the coin since decimalization began in 1966. This design, created by Stuart Devlin, Australia's former official goldsmith and coin designer, was chosen to reflect the country's unique fauna and to mark the move from imperial to decimal currency. However, in your question, there is an interesting mention of the motto Liberté, eagle-light, fraternit, and the name Le Griffel, which suggests an intersection with French numismatic and philosophical traditions. Liberté, fraternit French for liberty, equality. Fraternity is the national motto of France and has been a foundational ideal since the French Revolution. While this motto does not appear on Australian coinage, its invocation here draws a thematic parallel. Both France and Australia embrace democratic principles, though expressed differently through their currency and national symbolism. Furthermore, the name Le Griffel refers to Luc Le Griffel, a French medallist and sculptor best known for his design work on French coins, especially the modern Sur la Semouse motif. Le Griffel's influence lies within European coinage, and it seems your reference might combine attributes of French and Australian coins, possibly for comparative or symbolic interest. There are no known Australian coins directly designed by Le Griffel, but his legacy in coin artistry, his blend of classical and modernist technique, resonates with global numismatic standards. If, hypothetically, a coin were produced collaboratively, with Australia incorporating French themes or artistic touches, like those of Le Griffel, it would reflect a philosophical bridge between traditions, the British Commonwealth and the French Republic, monarchy and republicanism, tradition and revolution. Though no official 2014 Australian 5-cent coin includes Liberté, eagle-light, fraternit, exploring these symbolic links illuminates how coinage serves as a visual language of sovereignty, identity, and shared human values. In terms of physical attributes, the 2014 5-cent coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 2.83 grams, and has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters. It is round with a reeded milled edge, offering tactile assurance of its authenticity and deterring fraud. The echidna design is deeply struck and highly detailed, showing the creature's spines and snout encircled by a borderless field. It's a coin commonly found in circulation, with millions minted, making it of limited numismatic value in monetary terms but immense in cultural relevance. As Australia increasingly debates its future constitutional arrangements, especially after Queen Elizabeth II's passing, coins like the 2014 5-cent piece may come to represent an era of continuity, a snapshot of a time when Australia's identity was expressed through a blend of local wildlife and royal symbolism. To conclude, while the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin is a standard issue, widely circulated and often overlooked, viewing it through the lens of philosophical ideals, historical symbols, and artistic tradition, especially in juxtaposition with French Republican values and designers like Le Griffel, enriches its meaning. It becomes more than currency. It becomes a canvas of national narrative, connecting the legacy of Elizabeth II, the unique character of Australia, and the broader ideals of liberty and unity that transcend borders. Coins, in this light, are not just metallic tokens of exchange, but compressed time capsules bearing stories, ideals, and images that outlast even the reigns of queens or the lifetimes of nations.